Hey everybody, Brett from Stars Gaming here with a new sort of first look, first impressions video, but also a tentative part 1 for a new series on Icy Journey to the White Wasteland. And so Icy is a crowdfunded game. It was crowdfunded successfully this year on Indiegogo, and it was developed by Inner Void and published by Digital Tribe. And so they sent me this as sort of like a free press copy to kind of do with as I pleased. So I thought I'd share it with you guys. It's got really good reviews on Steam, so I figured we'd take a look, and if there's any interest, we'll go ahead and do a series on it. But I'll leave that entirely up to you guys, which is why I say this is going to be a tentative part 1. We're going to play through the first little bit of the story. If you guys like it, we'll continue on. If not, we'll end it there. But I'm going to be a little bit more vocal about my opinion of the game than I normally am. Or, I mean, I don't know. I think I tend to be pretty vocal about how I feel about games either way, whether I'm doing a review or just a let's play. But I want to kind of give you more of an idea of what I think of the game rather than just do this for entertainment purposes. Although I'll do my best to be entertaining, although I know I'm not the funniest YouTuber out there. But yeah, so let's go ahead and jump in. I'm doing this completely blind. Hopefully we'll be okay. So first thing we're going to do is create a character. You've got 3 portrait choices for male, and you can toggle your gender here. So you've got this guy, and this guy. Or if you decide to be female, you've got her, or this lady here. So we're going to go male, and I'll probably just stick with the default portrait here. And then we've got 7 points to spend, and then I think the experience goes here. So let's take a look. And upgrade. Yeah, so the experience points go into this. The points up here go into these 3, and so let's go for a pretty even build. I think we'll go one more into, let's go more into mind than the rest. And now here, I'm thinking, again, this is blind, so I don't know what is a good build to go with here. I feel like bows are probably going to be more readily available than firearms, so it might be better to spec into bows. Scavenging and hunting seem like they'll be pretty useful as well, though, so let's throw some points in there. I think exploring would also be a good choice. Stealth, we'll put a little bit into stealth, but not too much. Medicine is going to be useful. Speechcraft is going to be useful. Intimidation, I don't think we're going to need to be too intimidating, so I'm just going to throw one into there. And let's see, I'll put a couple points into bow. We'll just do 1 into firearms. And for melee, let's go like 4. And so we got 1 point. I think scavenge will be the most useful, so let's throw, oh, I don't have enough. Okay, so we'll put it into stealth maybe? Stealth or firearms? It's got to be one of these. I think stealth is going to be more useful. Oh, cost 2, duh. Okay, so we got 1 extra point. So there we go. That's going to be our character for now. We'll see if I manage to build a decent character. It's been 2 years since you lost your memory in a freak snowslide incident. Your saviors that day are now your nomad family. Today is a day just like any other. You were out hunting in the forest with your companion, a good friend, Jerome. So it's loading. Now this sort of plays like a strategy, choose your own adventure almost. Let's see, you wake up in the woods surrounded by snow and old massive trees. A cold wind is blowing on your face. Your arms and legs are chilled to the bone. You feel a gentle touch on your shoulder. It's Jerome waking you up. Wake up, the bait we set lured a beast. He smiles at you and whispers, "Get up, let's catch it." You feel confused and the white glowing snow disorients you, but you manage to get on your feet. The old man looks at you with a friendly smile, waiting for your brain to start working again. Alright, so let's see. We've got 3 dialogue choices here. Let's see. What's up, Jerome? Look at that majestic deer. Today might be our lucky day. Let's see. We'll see. Let's be quiet. Deer gets up closer, lured by the bait you set. It's a large beast that and can provide food for several days. Let's see. Let's let Jerome take the shot because our bow skill isn't the highest yet, and I'm sure he'll be a little bit better. Jerome slowly raises his bow and prepares an arrow. As you wish, lazy man. Jerome steadies his aim for a few seconds and shoots an arrow that pierces through the beast's neck. The deer emits a strangled cry and falls to the ground convulsing. So we made a good choice there. We'll let Jerome take the shot. Although, now noticing that one of his eyes is covered, I question his depth perception. Jerome turns to you with a large smile on his face. Not a bad shot, was it? He puts away his bow and starts walking towards the dying deer. You get closer to the deer. The beast is laying dead in the snow and is large enough to provide food for your family for several days. Let's head back. He looks up at the sun. It's not even noon. Hector will find some other chores for us to do, you can be sure of that. You tie the deer to a strong pole and you head back to the camp. Jerome talks the whole way back, clearly excited by your successful hunt. Okay, so now we kind of move around the map in a very Mountain Blade Warband style thing here. So I'm not sure. Okay, this is us here. I think that's where we're supposed to go. There we go. Okay. You're able to see the tents of your camp from a distance. You follow Jerome, then drop the deer to the ground. I wish it would have been a little bit more clear about that. I mean, I figured it out, but it would have been nice if it was a little bit more upfront about how to go about that or where you needed to go. Well, we're going to eat deer for dinner. Jerome smiles and puts his hand on your shoulder. Well, well, well. Suddenly Goran appears behind you. You brought back a week's worth of food. Goran, where are the others? You see Hector come out of his tent. He doesn't seem to be too well. They're hunting south of here. You know Irma. She can't simply stand doing nothing. Let's see. Hector, you don't seem to be doing very well. I'm fine, I'm fine. Hector coughs a couple more times before speaking again. It's just a cold, it won't kill me. Wow, way to tempt fate there, buddy. You better knock on some wood. Well, this deer isn't going to chop itself into pieces. Let's get started and maybe we'll have time for another run. Let me do that. I'm stuck here anyway. My ankle still hurts, so my ability to walk around is limited. Go for another run. Try to get as much food as possible. There's a long road ahead and I don't want to lose time every day hunting. Let's stock up on some food now while we can. Jerome looks at the sun. We have time, so I guess we could go for another run. Let's see. Well, I'm ready. Just don't fall asleep this time. I'm the old one. I'm the one allowed to randomly go to sleep. Come on, let's go. You take the lead this time. Okay, so yeah, I guess this is the marker for where you're supposed to go, so here we go. I'm not sure what these are yet. I'm sure we'll find out. So in order to start hunting, enter a forest area and press the hunt button in the right corner. Okay. Let's see. You're in a relatively open area of the forest where it's easy to walk around. Quickly scavenged area takes up to 2 hours and increases the risk. Scavenged area takes up to 4 hours. Carefully scavenged area takes up to 6 hours and decreases the risk. I didn't see what time it was, so I think let's stick with 4 hours here. We won't increase or decrease the risk, but I don't want to take too long. Oh, here's the time, so it's 6. If we take 6 hours, it'll be midnight. So I think 4 hours, it'll be 10 o'clock. That's probably a better way to do it. Let's see, you see a small group of boars in the distance. Use bow and arrows to kill them. Use guns to kill them. Leave the boars. Let's use bows and arrows. Bows and arrows are silent. Guns might attract some unwanted attention. Okay, so we successfully killed them. You're walking away from the area when you suddenly see a boar charging in your general direction. Should we shoot it or run away? Try to take it down with an arrow. Use your gun. I don't think the arrow is going to stop a charging boar. Probably safer to shoot it. Okay, so we shot him. Let's take everything and head back. I do think, I mean, as far as I know, yeah, there is ammo, so we need to conserve it. Finally, I really need some rest. You take a glance at the camp. Your companions are talking and taking care of the dinner. Looks like everyone made it back safely. Goran approaches you. So how did it go? Not too bad. We brought back something else to eat. Come near the fire. Dinner's almost ready. You'll need it for tomorrow. Hector seems to be eager to move as soon as possible in the morning. You take your seat near the fire while the others greet you. Irma, Goran's wife, starts giving plates of cooked meat to the group. Let's all be thankful to our hunters for the meat we're about to eat. Hector coughs after speaking. He's not looking so good. Will you tell us where we're headed? Not far from here. Tomorrow we'll go scavenging in a town nearby. I hope to find something useful for our upcoming travels. So that's probably either the thing immediately to the southeast or the northeast that we were looking at the map. No, I mean, where are we going to end up after the long run? Where will we spend the winter? We will travel south, far from any common route. We must get away from the plains. Hector coughs again. The plains are becoming dangerous, and I'm not talking about all the bandit activity. There are rumors about more and more red horsemen swarming around here. What does it mean? I'm tired of traveling without purpose. We have always stayed in the plains. Why should we travel to unknown lands? Don't worry, it's all snow and cold just like here. You won't miss anything special. I don't care what we do. If the plains have become that dangerous, we should probably leave. I won't put my children at risk without a reason, and traveling away from any known route is a huge risk, especially when the only thing we know is that we're going south. Let's see. Well, it would definitely be nice to know a little bit more of what we're getting ourselves into. There's no need to worry about that. We've already been south of here. Jerome looks at you. And you should remember that as it's where we found you. And then what? We'll keep walking? We'll spend the winter there? That's not enough. We need a decent plan if we want to survive the winter. Let's see. Yeah, I like this one. So, and then what? We'll keep walking, we'll spend the winter there? Exactly. It'll be a hard winter if we have to spend it walking on the mantle. I don't want to do that. I have 2 children. Hector seems quite annoyed. I already said that the plains are becoming dangerous. You don't want a Red Horseman clan to attack us and enslave the survivors, do you? It's better to walk the mantle for the entire winter than face them. The sooner we run away, the safer we will be. Let's see, should we think about it? Do we have a choice? We'll figure it out. I kind of like this one. I don't like being so black and white about things. We'll figure out what to do. If the plains are actually becoming that dangerous, we'll have no other choice than to run away. And that's what I thought. I'm not eager to walk on unknown routes either, but at least we won't have to face the Red Horsemen. Am I the only one with a working brain around here? We'll be running into the unknown. Let's see. Well, I mean, she's totally justified in being afraid, especially with her 2 children. But it is better than dying, so we'll go with that one. The unknown is better than certain death. At this point, it's the safest choice. Yeah, because no one ever got killed because he didn't know what he was about to face. Do as you like, but I already know we'll all regret this. Irma goes inside her tent before giving anyone the chance to say anything. I'll talk to her. I'm worried too, but facing the Red Horseman scares me even more. She'll understand eventually. Hector coughs a little before replying. I hope so. I don't want to discuss this ever again. Nothing of importance happens for the rest of the evening. You'll eventually go to bed to prepare yourself for the next day. And the next day, okay. You wake up in the morning, hear some voices outside. Hector and the others are preparing the plan for the day. Well, at least he made it through the night. Okay, people. We'll spread out in pairs and search for anything useful in that small town over there. Especially be on the lookout for any tools. That was written a little bit awkwardly. I think the developers are Italian. Don't quote me on that, but from what I understood, they are based out of Rome, Italy. And so that would make sense if this isn't necessarily their native language, because the translations are a little bit rough in places, but overall I think it's pretty well written so far. Irma will stay here with the children and guard our stuff. If anything happens, you scream. I will go with Jerome. Goran, you will go with Mark. Hector turns to you, and you will go with Dimitra. I hope it won't be a waste of time. Goran puts on his backpack. I'm tired of seeing only empty buildings. Something in particular that we need? Is there anything we need to know about this place? Yeah, I think getting some perspective about where we're headed into is probably a good idea. It's a little ancient town, so there's lots of buildings. I hope to find something to scavenge, something left behind. Is there anything in particular that we need other than the tools? Tools and anything we can sell or use, but I won't complain if you bring back an assault rifle. Okay. So, come on, Dimitra, let's head out. She's new. Dimitra nods. I'll follow your lead. So, this is what we're checking out. I thought they were referring to this one when they said town. This looks more like a chapel or something to me. But let's go ahead and head out. Now, I don't think we have much control over this yet. And obviously we're still sort of playing through the tutorial here, so it won't come into play this early, but I do like that they kind of introduce things one by one, which is nice. So to start scavenging, enter an area and press the scavenge button in the right corner. This kind of reminds me of Neo Scavenger. I wasn't a huge fan of that. This seems like it's a little bit more, I mean, less roguelike, more, not casual, but more streamlined, I guess. Let's see, you find a small town, so we can quickly scavenge. We can scavenge the area, it takes 4 hours, or we can carefully scavenge, decreases risk. Let's go, I like going for the middle ground here, because again, I don't want to spend the whole day scavenging. And the risk isn't too high, so we'll go with that. After looting the few interesting items you managed to find around the village, you see a derelict apartment complex. Its stairs are totally destroyed. Okay, so we don't have these two options because we don't have the items required. So we can try to climb to the upper floors, or we can leave. Let's play a little bit risky here. Since I don't know if we're going to be doing this game for the long term, I guess we'll play a little bit more aggressively. Of course, if you guys want me to do a let's play on this might screw us over, but okay, let's go ahead and try to climb. You successfully get onto the upper floors and manage to explore the building. Okay. While exploring, you hear a beastly noise. You quickly turn and spot a lynx ambushing your group. We can shoot him, we can protect him, or not protect him, protect our people by swinging a crowbar at him. We can knock our companion, Demetra, out of the lynx's path, or we can try to face him with our bare hands. Shooting probably is not the best idea, it's noisy. Let's try to fend him off with the crowbar. So, okay, we hit him and he runs away. So we got a book and some binoculars. We'll take it. And let's get back. Okay, so this is actually on military time. I need to keep that in mind. After a couple of hours, you manage to reach the others at the camp. Goran spots you from a distance and greets you by raising his hand. You can see the sadness on his face. What's going on? That is not easy to say. That's a little bit rough right there. Goran takes a deep breath. Hector's badly sick. He passed out a few hours ago, and now he's in his tent, barely able to breathe. Let's see. I'm not one for just commenting on things. I like to get to the root of the problem, so let's ask some questions here. Will he survive? The situation is desperate. We have no medicine to cure this kind of sickness, and he's pretty bad now. You see Jerome coming out from Hector's tent, his face painted with suffering. As far as you know, he and Hector had been good friends for a long time. People gather around Hector's tent as Mark finally asks about him. How is he? In that same moment, Irma comes out of the tent. Jerome sighs. It's over, we couldn't do anything. Oh my god, why didn't he say anything about his health? Well, he kind of did, he just tried to make light of it. You know Hector, he wanted us to get away from the plains and he didn't want anything to stop us. Goran stays silent for a few moments, then he raises his head and speaks again. I will prepare the body for a funeral, you should go and take a break. People scatter around while Jerome comes near you, sighs again. You two are alone now. I met Hector more than 20 years ago, and yet he said nothing. Not to anyone, not to me. He just died, leaving a mess behind. Tomorrow we'll need to vote for our new leader, and it'll be a mess. Everyone will discuss. I bet Irma will go crazy again, screaming and threatening people. Well, all we can really do is stay positive. We didn't have any medicine or anything to save him, and I don't think anyone's a doctor here. Not that a doctor can really do much at that point. I mean, beating around the bush isn't going to get us anywhere, so let's just try to struggle through it. We will, as we always do, but it won't be easy. Rough times are ahead of us. I need to be alone. Call me when Goran is finished with the pyre. Jerome walks away and sits alone not far from the camp. After some time, you're called by Demetra. Everything is ready for the funeral. Everyone gathers around a big stack of wood. After making sure that everyone is there, Goran throws a lit torch on the pyre, which slowly starts to burn, shrouding Hector's body in a dance of bright flames. Jerome has a sad face and says nothing. He just stands in front of the pyre and stays there even after everyone else is gone. You're tired and you proceed to your tent, hoping to get a decent night's sleep. But a terrible scream wakes you up in the middle of the night. You see strange lights through the fabric of your tent and hear the noise of clogs stomping on the ground. You hear guns firing as well. Looks like we weren't fast enough getting out of here. You're under attack. Okay, so fight. This is where they need like the Pokemon music, like dun 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 dun. Or at least some kind of like music pickup, because this is the same ambient noise. During the night, your group is attacked by mysterious bandits. So, looks like balance is slightly in our favor, although maybe not. It looks sort of in the center here. Engage the enemies or fall back. Let's engage them. Okay, so we took a pretty big hit there. Fight to defend your... let's read this first. One of your companions falls on the ground and is about to get beaten. Defend him with our bow. Let's shoot to defend... Actually, no, we should use the bow because we have better bow skill than gun skill. Let's see, your arrow misses the enemy and your companion gets wounded. Oh, that sucks. Your arrow misses... Okay, it's the same thing. Should we fall back? I think at this point we should probably fall back. We took even more damage, okay. You feel weak and aching, you try to crawl on the ground, but with each movement you feel the pain all over your body. You try to stay awake, but soon your willpower weakens and you pass out. After that, there's only darkness. You don't know how long you stay unconscious. Strange dreams populate your rest, dreams of a different place, a different time. You see a shiny tower going towards the sky. Technology you've never seen in the White Wasteland. Technology belonging to an ancient world which fell apart. This is a post-apocalyptic setting, by the way, if you were wondering. During the dream, you hear a familiar voice. It's Jerome and he's calling you, asking you to wake up. You finally realize you're dreaming and this sudden consciousness brings you back to the waking world. Hey, wake up, are you okay? How long have I been out? Just a few hours, but don't worry, you didn't miss seeing anything good. You look around. The morning sun blinds you at first, then you're only able to see you and your mates are sitting on the ground, tied. You're not the only prisoners, and there are other people that seem to share your condition. Armed bandits are guarding the area. You can see many tents scattered around, and it's difficult to understand how many there are. Running away from them won't be easy. They have guns and everything else they need to keep us in our place. You will never escape. We tried, but there are too many. They have horses and guns, and if they want us alive, I fear we will all soon become slaves. Well, let's stay positive. Now that there are more of us, they have to keep their eyes on more people, and it won't be hard for us to find an opening. I won't be beaten again just because one of you wants to do something stupid. They beat all of us, Joseph. But what should we do? Just wait here to be sold as slaves? Long story short, we tried to run away during the night. They found us and beat the shit out of us. End of story. Let's see. Well, I'm not going to just give up. Unless you have a freaking genius idea, I'd like to not get beaten again either. Screw you, I'd rather die than be a slave. We're leaving. I don't know how, but we're leaving. The stranger smiles slightly. Sure, I'm really curious to see what you will do. A bandit approaches you and starts screaming. Shut the F up, all of you. Sorry, I'm trying to keep this PG-13. We're moving now. Prepare yourself. It's going to be a long walk. You and all the other prisoners start walking with your hands tied along the bandits' caravan. They constantly watch you, and you're unable to find a way to break free. Day after day, you become resigned to your destiny. The bandits constantly watch over you and don't even allow you to talk amongst yourselves. You barely get to know the ones who share your destiny. Carlos and April are a couple, and they were in the same group with Joseph when they got attacked and kidnapped. There's a young girl, Ava. She seems sad and never speaks. The only thing you're able to discover is that the bandits killed her family. But finally, after walking for several days through the White Plains, something happens. The bad thing is that it doesn't look like it's something good, not at all. That's another pretty rough translation there. You see three people peacefully approaching the bandits. They don't look like common survivors. Even the bandits who assaulted you, despite their good resources, are not that well equipped. Polished and shiny weapons, high-tech equipment. All the bandits look at these three people with reverence and awe. You never saw anyone so well equipped walking on the White Wasteland. A feminine voice comes from one of the masked soldiers. Proceed with the test and let's move on. We have no time to waste. I'm sure they're good. Some prisoners are young and healthy. They're perfect for your needs. The woman slowly turns to face the bandit and stands still for a couple seconds in an intimidating silence. We'll see. They approach you and the other prisoners and start using some medical equipment to take some of your blood. They take a sample from each and every one of you. They go away, and after some minutes they come again. The mysterious woman looks at Goran and Irma and then nods at her two companions. We'll take those two and their children. They're the only ones we're interested in. Do what you will with the others. We have no use for them. They walk away, bringing Goran, Irma, and their children with them. Jerome tries to stand up on his feet and protest, but he gets kicked in the stomach and falls on the ground. The mysterious strangers leave, taking your companions with them. While they disappear into the mist, bandits give you the order to get on your feet and start walking. You're now walking just like any other day with armed guards all around you. When you hear bandits shouting, you turn to see what's happening. At least 30 horsemen are charging the bandits, quickly descending from the top of a small hill. They're wearing red. They're the Red Horsemen, feared bandits and pillagers. The bandits start shooting at them, but the horsemen rapidly reach your position and start attacking your captors in close combat. Jerome screams before he starts running away. Let's go, now! You and the other prisoners start running away while the bandits are too busy worrying about their own lives. As you keep running away from your captor, you hear the sound of bullets whizzing by you. One of the bullets hits Joseph in the chest and he falls to the ground. Poor Joseph. April stops running and kneels by her companion's body. Joseph, please stand up. We need to drag her away. If she sits there, she's going to get shot as well. And he's done. While you pull April away from the dead body of her former companion, you hear Carlos's voice. April, run! He's dead, run! Someone keeps shooting at you, but the bullets pierce the snow around you without hitting anyone. You're too far away to be an easy target. You see the entrance of a tunnel ahead of you, and your group starts running towards it. You are getting far away from your captors, who are busy fighting the horsemen. You take a last look behind you, and you see no one coming after you. The tunnel is quite long, but after a few minutes, you finally see the light and the cold wind coming from the outside. You can see the world map pressing M, traveling around the world. Alright guys, so I think that's where we're going to go ahead and break off the episode now that I can actually save and we finished the tutorial. So overall, I'm enjoying the story so far. It's pretty interesting. The mechanics remind me very much of like Neo Scavenger, but again, more streamlined. The motion's a little bit more freely. There's a little bit less stuff you need to worry about. We didn't really get to look at the party mechanics yet, so I'm sorry for that. We saw a little bit of hunting, a little bit of scavenging, and a little bit of combat, but not a ton. But overall, for this type of game, I thought the UI was simple enough. The game mechanics were pretty fitting for this style. So I think overall, if you are interested in this sort of genre of games, you know, like survival strategy, roguelikes, then I think you'll definitely be interested in this one. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and break off the episode here. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to let me know what you guys think about this game and whether or not we should continue with it. And I will see you guys potentially back here for the next episode of Icy Journey on the White Wasteland.